Hello guys, I am Jasmeet and welcome to Blogging Unplugged Clips. On this channel, you will find bite-sized videos from our main channel, Blogging Unplugged. If you are not into those hour-long videos, then this channel is for you. And if you find the content helpful, then make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on the post notification bell. And with that said, let's dive into the video.
So the first new widget that we are going to discuss in this video is the progress tracker widget, and for that we have created an example right over here. So what I am going to do is I'm going to edit it with Elementor, and in the meantime I'm going to take you through its definition and I'll follow it up with a few settings. Okay, so basically what exactly is progress tracker widget? Now this widget basically adds a progress tracker bar, which you can see right over here. I have added this bar. Now when a user scrolls through the page, what this bar will show is how much of the page or how much of the content is that is left on the page basically. Okay, let us just scroll through this and you can see it shows 10% right over here, and plus the tracker bar is basically tracking the progress through this. It's showing you as I am scrolling through, you can see it increasing. There we go, and as soon as I will reach the end of the page, it will reach the 100% mark. Now when I start going up, it again starts to go back to its original state. So what this tracker bar exactly does is it basically creates a sense of FOMO, where if a person has scrolled through more than 50% of the page, or let's say 50% of the page, and you are showing them the progress, then there are chances that they will completely go through the page. Okay, that increases their stay time on the page, plus chances are they will engage on the page as well. Okay, so before we dive into the settings of this tracker bar, let's just see where you can find this widget first. Okay, so for that, let me just click right over here and let me go to the Pro section. You see the Pro section right over here in the Elementor side panel, and you will find it at the bottom right over here. So what I am going to do right now is I'm going to add it just below it. Okay, so this is the one that I have basically created for example, and this is the one that I've just added. So as soon as you add the progress tracker bar, what you see is the tracker type setting, the progress relative to, direction, and percentage, which is set to hidden as of now. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to delete this tracker and I'm going to select this one. This is the one that I've created for you guys to make you understand this widget. Now you can see we have set it to, the tracker type here is set to horizontal, and the second option that you get is the circular. Now when I select circular, this bar will change into a circle. You can see right over here. Now when I start scrolling, it shows the percentage in the middle because the percentage I've kept it active over here. If I deactivate it, the percentage will be gone. So let's just activate it for right now, and you will see the 10% is shown in the middle. The circle is completing as I am scrolling through the page. Now when I go up, it's getting back to its normal state. So this is the circular tracker type for you. Now the next is progress relative to. Now this is an important setting. Basically using this setting, you can set the tracker to track according to a parameter that you can select from here. Now by default, it is set to entire page. This means it will be tracking progress according to the entire page. So for example, right now I'm here, it's 0, nothing's there. When I start scrolling, it starts showing the tracker, it starts showing the progress. Okay, now when I reach to the very bottom of the page, what it shows is that I've completely reached the bottom of the page. I start going up, it again goes back to its original state. Now the second option that you get in the progress relative to is the post content option, which you can see right over here. This is the option that you get. Okay, so what happens here is the tracker will only work when the post content widget is available on the page. Okay, So this means you will have to create a single page or a post type in the Elementor theme builder. Until you don't do that, this tracker will not track the progress. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to scroll down a little, because this is a page, we have content, but we don't have the post content widget on here. So what I'm going to do is we'll scroll down a little, like to the bottom of the page, and this doesn't work. Now the reason behind this, again, the post content widget is not added on this page, and this is not a single post template. You can see right over here, Elementor gives you instructions as well. So this means if you want to basically add this progress tracker to every page on your site, then you can create a single post type or a single page type in Elementor theme builder, and you can add this progress tracker to that and then set it to post content, and it will track the progress accordingly. Okay, so this is the second option. Now the third option that you get is the selector. Now when you will select this, so what it says right over here is it tracks progress according to a CSS ID or class that you have added to an element. So you can see right over here, I have added this class course 5 to an element on the page, and when I will scroll down, you will see course 5. As soon as course 5 appears on the page, it goes straight up to 100. Okay, so what I'm going to show you here is I'm going to edit this, and I'm going to go to advanced, and you will see the class course 5 right over here. Okay, so what I have done is I've added an additional class just for demonstration purposes, and then what I did was I have added the same class right over here, and it started tracking the progress according to this individual element. So in case you are looking to track the progress according to an element on the page, then you can add an ID or a class to it, or you can add an existing class as a selector right over here, and it will track progress according to it. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to change this back to entire page, and I will take you through this direction setting. So by default, you can see the direction is set from left to right. So the progress right now, the progress right now, this widget is tracking from left to right. Okay, by default, this is the value. So if I select left, nothing will change. It will track left to right. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to select right, and it will change. You can see right over here. Okay, to understand these icons more easily, what you can do is you see this static line over here. This means the left of the page is static, is fixed, and the progress will be tracked right in front of it. Okay, this thing will not be moving. This thing will remain static, and the progress will start from here to the right side, and so is and vice versa is the case for the right. This means if you select this, then this side over here will be static, and the progress will go from this side to this side. Similarly, if you have selected left, then this side will remain basically, this side will be the stale side of the things, and it will go from this side to this side. Okay, so this is the direction. So the next option is percentage. So what this option is, basically this option is hidden by default, which means you will not see the percentage right over here, percentage value right over here. Okay, when you enable this, it gives you the percentage position option, which is the same left and right option. We'll get to it later, but it displays the percentage right over here. In case you want to display this percentage to the on the front end, then you can enable this option. It totally depends on you what you want to do basically. Now coming to the percentage position, in case you want to keep it on the left, you need to select this, it goes on the left. In case you want to keep it on the right, and it goes on the right. Okay, now you can go right from here, and if it's here, then it will stay right over here. Okay, so this is basically the first few settings of the progress tracker. So I hope you are somewhat familiar with the first few settings of the progress tracker widget. Now let's move to the style settings. The style settings for the progress tracker widget you will find under this style tab right over here. Now using this setting you can basically customize any and every part of this widget. Okay, so for example you can see we have set the progress indicator color to a shade of blue, which is very similar to this one. Okay, so as we scroll you will see this color appear over here. We have also added a border type which is solid and its color is black right over here. You can set it width through this, border radius through this. Now the tracker background that you see, let's just go back. This is the tracker background. Its color is set to a shade of this color. Okay, you can set its height as well. Let's just do that. You can see how the height is moving. Okay, then border type is set to none. What if I want it to be solid? Okay, color, let's just change it to a shade of black or a shade of red, just for showing it to you. You can see right over here it's now red. Okay, you can set border radius as well. Box shadow, let's just add box shadow. A shadow is added to this one. That's another thing. Next is padding. You can add padding as well to this. Now you see this content option. Okay, this is an important option. Not that it is important, it's simple. It's for the percentage basically. So you are showing this percentage. Let me change the height to something bigger. Okay, now you see the percentage right over here. Okay, using this you can basically set the color for the percentage marker right over here, the percentage value right over here. You can see how it changes easily. Let's just set it to white. Okay, that is pretty nice. You can change the typography as well. Let's change the weight to 10. You can see how the font weight changes. You can add shadow to it as well. Okay, so these are the changes. Now you remember right over here, this is for the percentage, this value right over here. What we can do is we can go back to content, and if I disable this percentage option, if I hide it, then what is going to happen? You will not see the content tab right over here because this option is disabled. Let me enable it again, and as soon as I enable it, you will see the option for content right over here. Now before we move on to the next feature, let me just tell you this thing, that before this progress tracker type widget was introduced in Elementor Pro 3.5, this feature, people were adding this feature on their websites using a third party, using third party plugins. It's not a third party plugin, there were multiple third party plugins that were offering this feature. Now in case you are using just a plugin for this progress, for adding this progress tracker to your website, then I will recommend you go with the Elementor version rather than going with any other plugin. Okay, it will reduce that plugin count as well and make it much more manageable and easier. That is one thing that I wanted to discuss. Now in case you have any queries related to progress tracker type, make sure you leave a comment down below and I will be happy to help you with everything that I know. Okay, that is one thing. And if you are finding the content helpful, then make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel.
Now I hope you have found this video helpful, and if you did, then make sure to leave a like and subscribe to this channel. Also, the links to our socials are in the description box below. Make sure to follow us on other platforms as well. And with that said, I will see you in the next video.